様らを見るに今回は楽に稼げそうだ。
赤字の扉ね。
このガキどもが俺を前にして望みはない。そう簡単には逃げられない。さあ終わらせよう。この仕掛け自体は安全だ。だが作動させる方法を探しているうちに死ぬだろう。見つけたか。だが使うまで生き残る。お前らゾンビより遅いぞ。俺を怒らせたらますます大変になるぞ。いずれはこう楽な金儲けだ。けれどお前たちは本当に退屈すぎる。墓石を作ってほしいのか。
Can I just say this, that I really don't like January's Japanese voice actress.
こうなるのは分かっていたがな。
I mean, the way she sounds, gosh, sounds like she's got something in her throat. Ugh. Someone should give her a cough drop, but good attempt. Alright, so, what is this build? I'll show it to you. So, what is this build? Well, this is a viewer build made by Alexander Johansson. I hope I said that right, but I'm just gonna call you Alexander. So Alexander has given me this RE3 styled build for Nicholai. Misspelled Nicholai, but that's okay. So basically the idea is to be an RE3 style, and I really don't. I was a little hesitant to do this at first because the idea of having a immersion build in a game that is not immersive at all, I mean it can be at times, but not really, is stupid. I'm not a big fan of that RE2 build challenge. I hate that. I just hate the idea of not putting creature buffs on a in the deck for the sake of immersion. I hate immersion. I mean, immersion's nice, but like, holy fuck, do I hate it in this kind of game. Because, you know, the survivors can take advantage of that. But, luckily, it's not like that, so it's great in my eyes. So, let's jump into it. For our first skill we're going to use is Extermination. You can use Relentless, but I'm going to go over why you're not going to use, you don't want to use Relentless in a second. For our first, and our second skill we're going to use is UPCS Monitor. It tracks the survivors when they're attacked by a creature, and it lowers their attack power. It's really, really strong. And keep in mind, it is enhanced by radar pulse, as you could see there. For our third skill, we're going to use this Watchdog, so you know, we can pop a creature out when we need to. That stuff, Watchdog, meh. And for our area cards, we have Radar Pulse and Reinforced Leg Hold Trap. For our equipment, we have Unstable Generator, Fresh Blood 3, Resilient Skin 3, and Bioenergy Capacitor 3, but you can switch this out for System Maintenance Manual 2. So if you want Nemesis out longer, you can, or you want Nemesis out faster. The choice is yours, but I'm going to go over why it may be better to just have Nemesis out longer, and that has to do with Relentless. If you're going to use Relentless, without a doubt, you want to use System Maintenance Manual 2. But the reason why I say you shouldn't use Relentless is because, well, Extermination is good, first of all, but second of all, the reason why is Relentless is really good when you pair it up with Blood Trail. Keep in mind that Blood Trail and Infection Detection are totally different types of tracking, which means that if you have Blood Trail and you track them via the 75% health thing, and then you use Radar Pulse, you have two different types of tracking. Now, it's not going to stack in terms of damage, but it does stack towards Relentless. And remember, it shortens the Nemesis cooldown when survivors are tracked or defeated, and it does in fact stack. So, that is also to believe that the two types of tracking can also stack towards the Nemesis cooldown. And keep in mind, if you have them defeated with the two tracking, it's only going to make the Nemesis cooldown even faster. And there are 4 other survivors to put this tracking on. So that means that when you're using Relentless, you almost want to use Blood Trail. I mean, I wouldn't use Infection Detection just because I wouldn't say Nicholai is the infection guy, but I mean, he can be if you make a build tie to it, but I wouldn't recommend using Relentless regardless. I would just prefer if you use Blood Trail with Relentless because it does what it, because it's easy to get them tracked. Although because it's easy to get them tracked via Blood Trail, it is easy to get rid of. But sometimes survivors may not feel in need to heal unless they're aware of it. But even then, if they do heal, it's a win for you because they waste resources getting rid of that. So either way, it's a win. So that's why I combine that with System Maintenance Manual 2 and Power Limiter mod. Relentless is really what it is. Relentless. It's non-stop Nemesis fun. But that's why I'm not going to use it, is because we're not using Blood Trail, we're using UPCS Monitor. And I'm not saying UPCS Monitor is bad, but UPCS Monitor and tracking rounds is still basically the normal tracking. So that means Radar Pulse and the Tracker Mines, it'll just reset the tracking cooldown. I mean, it says it right there. It's affected by UPCS Monitor, which means it not only tracks, but it also debuffs them with 2 things, defense and offense. So that's why I wouldn't recommend using Relentless, but just keep in mind those factors when you do use Relentless. For our deck, we're using the Double Zombie, I almost said Double Tough, the Nia, Zombie Dog, Crawling Zombie, Enhanced Vapor Berserker, Infection, Energy Leech Rifle, Immobilizing Rounds, Air Cannon, and Generator Mod Small. I'm not sure how I feel about this build. I mean, Area 1 wins are cool and all, but, you know, it wasn't a really good team, so to speak. So, you know, it's like, I don't know how I feel not having efficiency mod creatures in, considering that we have a high of Nia, which costs 4, so normally you want to reduce that. And I'm not sure if I want to rely on bioenergy via the energy leech rifle. Yeah, we do have 2 equipment. We have 1 equipment and and a mod that gives us more bioenergy. And if we get lucky with the supply zombie, we do get a large generator mod, but it's not something you want to rely on RNG, because RNG may not be in your favor 100% of the time. And I don't think Energy Leech Rifle is good without mag expansion, or at least some equipment to increase the mag. So, honestly, if it were up to me, I would get rid of it, and probably put either efficiency mod creatures, or add the I can't find it, the Enhanced Vapor Energy Leech, since we are basically relying on creatures in the end of the day, considering that most of these guns do no damage, and even if this one does damage, it does not enough damage. So, you know, I don't want to hear it does damage. Yeah, when was the last time you killed someone with an Energy Leech Rifle? Unless they were like 1 health. I don't think so. So yeah, This is a RE3 style deck, so obviously Nias were in RE3. No shit, Sherlock. And I finally figured out what rank you need to unlock to unlock the Nia. So special shoutouts to Outrider Gaming for sharing this information. But you need to be rank 16 for Nicholai to unlock it. So I mean, I suppose it fits since Nicholai and Nemesis are in RE3 remake. So is the Nia. So might as well give it to him. Uh, and obviously the dogs were in the game, paleheads were, but we don't have paleheads in Resistance, and zombies are, and crawlers are. And the only thing it's missing is a tough zombie, but we can live without it. Yeah, that's the deck and that's the build. So yeah, I know I want to I usually get these segments out faster, but I think this particular one needs more explanation. So that's enough out of me. Let's get on to the second match.
俺は常に契約を守る。貴様らには全員死んでもらう。ああ、俺のおもちゃを見つけたか。だがそう簡単に使えるとは思うのよ。もう俺から逃げられんぞ。この力でお前を終わらせる。見つけたか。だが使うまで生き残れない。誰でも簡単に見つけられる。あんまり浮かない。貴様らが俺にこうさせたんだ。見つけたのか。誰がそこに置いたんだ。
契約してやるぜ。
気に入った。いいぞ。
次はきっと成功するよ。
俺は全然構わない。いいぞ、やってみろ。貴様らにはまずい状況だぞ。よし、前進だ。このガキども、俺を前にして望みはない。死んだら貴様らもこんな怪物になるだろう。 痛みなくして進歩は得られない。さあ終わらせるとしよう。心なき殺し屋これで死が近づいてきても見えない死は一緒に歩いてる。時間のかけすぎでお前たちは死に俺は無気。貴様らが俺にこうさせたんだ。狙いを定める必要もない。見ろ、目をつぶってもできる
見てみな。
死が襲うのは老人ではなく抗うものだ。さあ終わらせよう。
みんな具合が悪い。
一旦の終わりかと。君は命の恩人だ。危ないとこだった。
死んだら貴様らもこんな怪物になるだろう。貴様らにチャンス。まず視界を奪い、それから命を奪う。仕事を終わらせたい。自分でやらないとな。だろ。もうすぐ死にたいと願い出す。もう俺から逃げられんぞ。一体どういうことだ。
Yeah, if you want my opinion, ditch energy leech rifle. I don't even know why you have that. Oh, you're relying on creatures, yet you don't have energy leech. That doesn't make sense. I mean, energy leech would be perfect. I mean, with the amount of damage I was doing, I would have surely have gotten a lot of bioenergy to fight back. See, I don't know, I just think that's a bad move, but it's okay. We'll fix it.
前がいるネメシス、ウイルスに感染したお前たち、そしてゾンビ、イカれた世界だ。イカれてるが実に金になる。おとなしく死ね。
君がいなかったら危ないとこだった。ありがとう。
無力なガキども、逃げないと死ぬぞ。みんなもっと急げ。今日はついてない。よく頑張った。だがお前らでは力不足だ。
Holy crap. Good job, team. You guys really... That was awesome. And just keep in mind, this is the OG squad. It's an awesome fight. Good job. Every one of you did good. But I always come out on top. Okay, so... That was close. And I think the big... I mean, I get the idea. The idea is the bioenergy recharge rate is fast. And we can still have that. We just need to get rid of energy leech rifle. So, let me get back to you guys in a second. So, let me make some changes if you don't mind. So, I'll get back to you. So, you might be wondering, what changes did you make? Well, remove the plural and just say, what change did you make? Yeah, that's right. I only made one change. It's like a bandage fix, you know? It's like blowing in a balloon that is deflating, and you can't really inflate it, as you know. Even if you do inflate it, it just deflates immediately afterwards. And that's exactly what this fix is, in my opinion. Everything else is fine. This and this especially helped. Not only was the bioenergy recharge pretty good, especially in Area 3, but the biocore durability made the difference. Especially when there was two boys that weren't going down so easily trying to get that biocore out. This helped a lot, and this especially helped me out. If it weren't for this, I probably would have lost that first biocore, and it would be uncertain if I would even turn that match around. Probably would have maybe even lost, but I don't want to say that because it's very unlikely. Or maybe it is. Who knows? We don't know the possibilities. I mean, I got more use of this than I would have gotten if I used System Maintenance Manual 2. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I don't think Relentless would work with this kind of build. I think Extermination with Bioenergy Capacitor 3 is the best way to go for this kind of build. And that is self. If you really want Relentless Nemesis, I think it would have to be a different build from this. I just don't think. Whoops. I just don't think it would work with what we have here. And what's that change? Well, I changed out Energy Leech Rifle for Enhancing Vapor Energy Leech. In those situations in that second match, I really was sitting there going, man, I really wish I had this, because my creatures were doing well. They were getting grabs, they were getting ankle bites, they were getting back bites. They were doing really good. Even the zombie dog, it was awesome seeing them go to work. And it's like none of it's getting rewarded besides maybe one of them getting down, or getting them affected, or they have to waste the resources. I don't get anything back in return besides those things, which is the normal. If I had this, I would have had enough to guard the last terminal, and probably wouldn't win the game or anything in Area 2, but it would have been enough to push them back. Not only that, but they would be enough to waste their resources and just, get some defense in, because that Tyrone had all the equipments up his ass to get those terminals done super fast, so good on him. If the idea of having 3 vapors scare you, you could remove this and have efficiency mod creatures, or just keep the energy leech rifle, as it's still, I mean, just I know I said this is ditch the energy leech rifle, but it's still good in terms of getting bioenergy, because having it solely the only source of bioenergy in terms of getting it back is not a good idea, especially without mag expansion. Without mag expansion, I wouldn't rely on this on my life at all. But if it's used alongside with energy leech, I'd say it's good, and especially the fact that it's being benefited from Watchdog, I wouldn't say it's a bad call. I think these two would have done a really good job. But I did feel like the Berserker really did help me out. And I'm not sure if it's a good idea getting rid of Berserker after that experience. Maybe keep Berserker in and just deal with the 3 Vapors. But like I said, if the idea of 3 Vapors scare you, either convert my creatures for cheap creatures, have them all down by 1, or just have the energy leech rifle there, and you have 2 main sources of bioenergy. The major one being the creatures. So that's it. Again, thank you, Alexander, for this awesome build. I had a lot of fun, especially in the second match, which honestly is the perfect showcase of that build. It not only showed the strengths, but the weaknesses. And I hope you enjoyed this one simple change, or 2, even. And I would encourage you guys to try both out, and leave your thoughts in the comments. That's it. That's the video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to leave a like on the video if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more content. That's it. Bye-bye.
Who put the Thugs R Us here?